how do we do it? That's the question, right? Like, how do we do it? And that's going to look different for all of us. Like, how do we stay in Chardi Kala even, when things are as dark as they are? And so in our community, how we do it is by becoming sage warriors. So I feel like Sant Sipahi, becoming a sage warrior, is basically a pedagogy of hope, right? Bringing the political and the spiritual together, seeing those things as there's no division between those, that is a pedagogy of hope, right? Because it's an acknowledgement that our work for justice, our belief in equity, our belief in dignity of all human beings, that is a sacred duty. And even if spirituality is like not your thing, I think this framework is still really helpful, because love is then the principle, right? Because the way that I think about the divine, the way I think about spirituality is love. It's like God, love, what's the difference, right? We're talking about the same thing here, right? We're talking about something that connects us all, something that is like, what is the bigger picture, right? The bigger picture is not just like, how are we gonna stop authoritarianism in this moment and like, get Medicare for all and stop the bombs dropping in Gaza, right? That's not the bigger picture. Those are things that we have to do. Those are things that we absolutely have to do. But like, what is the bigger picture, right? And so Valerie's framework is very useful here, right? The bigger picture is revolutionary love. And the bigger picture is this idea that there is no division, right? Oneness, the connectedness of all of us, like that is where we're going, right? So to fight for justice is an act of worship. And in doing that, we find Chardi Kala. This idea exists in so many communities and not always spiritual ones, right? Che Guevara was likely an atheist, right? Very famous quote, "At the risk of seeming ridiculous, let me say that the true revolutionary is guided by a great feeling of love," right? It's impossible to imagine a genuine revolutionary lacking this quality, right? So coming back to our history, an example that I want to share is that of the Ghadar Party, right? A political organization that was founded in the early 1900s in California. This is the first wave of Punjabi migrants to the United States. They're facing all kinds of racism. They're working in the farms. They're working in the lumber mills, right? And they founded a political organization to overthrow the British Empire in India. So they were organizing, they were gathering resources, they were spreading ideas, and sending resources back to the homeland to try to get the British out, right? To wage revolution against the British. One of these founders of the Ghadar Party was someone named Ghadar Singh Saraba. And his words, and you imagine these words being written by a teenager. He has a very iconic poem, to me at least, that describes what the fight for justice was for him. This is the English translation. Bagi hai naam apna is the line that's repeated in the original language, which is something probably between Urdu and Punjabi. If they ask you who you are, tell them that your name is rebel, that your occupation is to wipe out tyranny, that your work is to create tumult, that this is your namaz and your sandhya. Namaz is sort of an Islamic way to pray. Sandhya is like a Hindu way to pray. That this is the way you worship, that this is your only true religion, that this is your Khuda, that this is your Ram. Again, different words for the divine from different traditions. I'm gonna ask my brother Shahjehan to come back up, and we're gonna sing a song called Ghadar Machao that draws from some lines from this poem. Bagi hai naam apna is the line that we're gonna use from the poem, which means if they ask you who you are, tell them your name is rebel. Bagi hai naam apna. I landed here from Punjab. Guli pukarda jag sanu. No real home but inkilab. Inkilab, oh inkilab. No real home Ghadar Machao, Bagi, Ghadar Machao. Ghadar Machao, Bagi, Ghadar Machao. Ghadar Machao, Bagi, Ghadar Machao. Ghadar Machao.